Hello everyone, welcome back to Crafting with Jeanine. Today I'm going to show you how to make these super pretty kanzashi flowers. I've had a few requests for them, so I figured why not give it a shot and go ahead and make a video for them. These are with 1.5" ribbon. This one's made with satin ribbon, and this one's made with grosgrain ribbon, just to give you the idea. You can do them either way. You can use single face or double face satin. I'm going to be using single face satin today. But it doesn't really matter because you get the same look and they're really pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. For this, you're going to need 10 pieces cut to 3 inches long and 8 pieces cut to 2.5 inches long. For the purpose of the video, I already made most of my petals, and I'm going to show you a few of them just so you get the idea of how to do the petals. But it is a time-consuming job, so we will go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with my large ones. What you're going to do is you're going to want, if you're doing single face satin like I am, you're going to want the dull side facing you and the shiny side facing your board or whatever. And then what you're going to do to do the petals is you're going to fold in one way, and then you're going to take the other one and overlap it like this. If you need to, you can take your lighter and just heat seal it so that those stay together for you if you need to while you're holding it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to split these two apart here, and you're going to fold this down to the center. So you want it to look like this when it's facing you. And then we're going to hold it, and we're going to take one side, and we're going to bring that over just like that, and this side over this way. So this is what you're left with. And then you're going to take it and you're going to fold it in half like this. And then with a really good sharp pair of scissors, you're going to cut off a little bit of the end. And I like to use the barrel of my wood burner to do this, so you could do it with the lighter, but I just like to use the barrel of my wood burner just to heat seal that end. And this is what we're left with. So here we go, we're going to do another one. So we're going to fold it in half this way. Then we're going to take the other side and overlap it. And then we're going to fold it down. Hold it in place. And then take one end and bring it over like that. And then at the other end and bring it over like that. And then fold it in half. And then cut the end. You need a good sharp pair of scissors for this because you don't want it to like fray and mutilate your ribbon. That word got stuck. So there we go. And those were our big ones. Now we're going to do the small ones. It's the same way. Just fold it in half. Well, not so much in half, but fold it to the middle. And then overlap that one. And then split your two bottoms. Bring it down. Hold it in place. One side goes over. The other side goes over. And then fold it. And then cut. Just a little bit off the edge. And then seal it. This last one I'll do with my lighter, just to show that you don't have to have the wood burner. But I love using my wood burner for just about everything because it's the best tool for this. So, we fold, then we bend, and then one side up, the other side over, then we fold it in half. We give a good snip. And then we seal it. See, I like using my wood burner because it just gets it's faster and it seals it like right away. So, okay. Now that we have all of our petals made, so we have 10 of the large ones and 8 of the smaller ones. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our needle and upholstery thread. Always use upholstery thread because you can pull it. And we're just going to thread our petals right onto the needle. Just all the way over to the end. And we're going to do that for all of them. If I can pick one up. And we're just threading it on. This is the easy part. The petals will take you a minute to finish, but the time is well worth it. Okay, now that I have all of my petals on, what I like to do is kind of arrange it, get it looking nice, and then through the very first petal, I'm just going to come up from the back side, right about where I threaded it through the first time, and then run my needle back through it. And I twist it a little bit here, which will happen. Just make sure when you go to pull it tight, everything's facing the right direction. And let's see what happened here, because I got all twisted up, so there we go. So we're all facing the right direction, and then I'm just going to pull this to pull my whole thing tight. I'm going to flip it over to the back side, because I'm going to pull all of it tight, because I want a pretty tight center here, as tight as I can get it. And then I'm just going to tie it off in the back. Just run a little stitch through. Just to secure my thread. And then we're going to snip. So we have our bottom of our flower. And I'm just knotting up my thread again. I always snip the extra off the edge. So there's that, and I just kind of fix my petals just to get them to lay flat, and then we're going to do the same thing here on this one. Just threading it through. Just threading it through. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pull it tight, and we're going to flip it over, keep it all together, and then right through our last petal, or first petal I mean, from the last one, we're just going to pull it through, and then pull it tight. And then we're just going to tie off. Got a little twisted here. Give me just a second. There we go. And then the second one, just to make sure it's nice and tied. In there. Okay, so the next step, what you're going to need is roughly about a 2-inch felt circle. So, it doesn't have to be exactly, just roughly about that. And we're going to flip our big one over. And we're going to put some glue on the back side of that. There. And then we're just going to put our felt circle on. And push it down onto our felt circle. Make sure it stays. And then we're just going to take some more glue. We're going to put it around here. We're going to take our smaller piece, and we're going to put it right over the top. I get strings on my fingers. Now, as far as your center goes, you can use whatever you want, whether it be a gem, a pearl, or anything. I'm going to use this, which I just put some glue on the back side of it. And then I just pop it in the center. And I hold it down for a minute. Clean up any strings. And there you have it. It's really easy and very pretty. And you can do just about anything. Like I said, this one here was made with the grosgrain ribbon. It's a little stiffer and thicker. As you can tell, it looks a little bit bigger, but it's because the ribbon's stiffer, but it looks just as good. I do prefer the satin, though, because with the grosgrain, you kind of lose the folds with all the lines and everything, but the satin just shows, and it kind of has that sheen to it. I really do like it. This one here, I did a little bit differently. If you notice, my top is a little bit smaller, is I did this one with 2 inches instead of 2.5 inches. It just gives it a little bit of a different look. All depends on what you prefer. I do like this way better, but I just tried it out with that one just to see what it would look like. You can even make a triple layer with the 2 inch, since they're a 1/2 inch off on your measurements. So you can even do it that way. But there you have it. And it's just a form of kanzashi flower. I don't really have a name for it, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope it was helpful for you. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And I will leave the measurements in the description below, along with a link to my Facebook page where I share all my videos and everything. And you can ask for request videos or just ask me any questions you have and all of that other stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget that thumbs up button. And thank you. Happy crafting.